Oh, hi there! Welcome to another episode of the Okanagan Gardener and Forager channel. Elderberry is a plant that is famous for its ability to help shorten the lengths of colds and flus. And blue elderberry, this guy right here, is no exception to that, or has also been used for that. Anyway, today I am going to show you how to identify blue elderberry. I'm mostly going to be talking about its blossoms in the spring, and I'll show you how to make an infusion with elderberry blossoms and a couple other herbal ingredients. Just a word of warning about elderberry. The stems, leaves, bark, and roots contain poisonous cyanide-producing glycosides. Also, the seeds in the fruits contain hydrocyanic acid. All these things can cause nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. Cooking them renders the toxic compounds inert and makes them safe to eat. But I'll also say some people eat various amounts of the raw berries without any issue. I've eaten them raw sometimes without any problem, but there's the warning for you. And today we're going to talk about the blossoms anyway, so let's go. Blue elderberry, scientific name is Sambucus cerulea. They can get fairly tall, maybe 2 to 4 meters tall. And as they get bigger, they can often be as wide as they are tall. And the new growth emerges from the base. And this one over here is a new one, purplish green in color. I have a hard time with purple, so anyways, that's what it's described as. It seems green to me. And this is a little bit older. It becomes red and warty. I'm not sure if you can see those little bumps on it. And an older one still becomes gray with linear ridges. You can find blue elderberry in BC and Alberta in Canada and all along the Pacific coast in the United States and throughout. It's common along the coast, and then you can find it throughout western United States. And the leaves can help you identify it. This is a compound leaf. So this, usually you can find them with leaflets, 5 to 9 leaflets. I see them with a lot more than that a lot of the time, but anyway. And the leaflets are lance-shaped, saw-toothed edges, and pointed, and usually smooth and hairless on the top side and the bottom side. And if you crush the leaf or rub it, it has a nutty smell to it. The flowers are usually, they're a white color or a white or creamy yellow kind of color, and they're in these flat-topped clusters. If you can see, it's kind of a flat line where the flowers grow, and they're small. And they smell pretty sweet and kind of a musty scent too. And as they grow, they start drooping a lot of the time. Kind of like this one, drooping down to the ground. Especially once the berries are there, they'll really hang down. Some places to find blue elderberry would be in canyons, hillsides, along stream banks, forest openings like clear cuts, or along roads. And these flowers are edible. You could dip them in a batter and fry them to make like fritters, or you could take them off their stems and mix them with pancake batter and have them in pancakes. People make drinks with them, like cordials, but they have medicinal uses as well, such as they have been used to stimulate urination and bowel movements. They've been used in diet pills and laxatives, and the flowers have been used to make washes for treating sores, blisters, and also they've been used, hemorrhoids. And they've been used with rheumatism and arthritis. And if you've got a cold or flu coming on, you can mix them with yarrow flowers and peppermint to have an infusion to try to help shorten the length of the cold or a flu. Just some mythology about elderberries. It's been said that if you plant one near your house, it will protect you from witchcraft and thunder and lightning. And it was also said that if you stand under an elder bush or tree on a midsummer night at midnight, that you can see the king of the elves traveling nearby. It's not midnight, but let me see. What's that? Turns out it wasn't the king of the elves, it was a cloud. Just a quick comment about sustainable harvesting. Scott Cluse from Pacific Northwest Medicinal Plants describes only taking the berries or the flowers that are low that he can reach without a ladder. I think that's maybe a good idea, leaving the ones that are higher up for bears and birds and all sorts of other things. Another way to go about it would be to just take maybe some from one tree and then browsing, go to another, because you're taking the flowers. Those are flowers that won't turn into fruit. So just take it easy and spread it around. And if you don't have a plan for it, maybe you don't take it. Here are some yarrow flowers that I'm going to add to the infusion. You can tell that they're good for medicinal use. The color on the inside, when they go brown, they're past their prime. Still usable, but not as good. And just a couple of points about ID. If you're, I'll link to a longer yarrow video that I have. But just the flowers, you can look at them. They don't all start from the same place, but where they finish, they can be slightly rounded or flat-topped on a long flowering stem, and the leaves are fern-like and highly pinnately divided. Now, a comment about sustainability. I'm taking from this patch here. It's a pretty good sized patch of yarrow. Yarrow actually grows fairly abundantly around here, but I like yarrow and I want it to thrive. So I'm going to take, if there were just one or two flowering stalks, I wouldn't want to take from that because then the plants might not do as well. But there's quite a few here, so this is a strong patch I can take a little bit from. And also, just take what you need. I'm not going to make much right now, so I shouldn't take more than I need and have it go to waste. The third ingredient for the cold and flu infusion is mint. And these mint are mint that we're growing in the yard. I'm not sure what kind it is. Probably spearmint. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take that to mix it with the yarrow flower and the elderflower. What I've got here are equal parts yarrow flowers, blue elderberry flowers, and mint leaves. And I measured them by weight. I did it about 1/32 to the water. But if you were to use dried flowers and leaves, it'd be about a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon each of the flowers and leaves per cup of infusion. So, I'm using a mason jar so that I can close it up once I have the water in. And I'll pour the boiling water over it and let it sit for 15 and 20 minutes. Water's boiling. I've got the elderberry, elderflower, yarrow flower, mint, tea, infusion. It has a strong taste of yarrow, fairly bitter. The mint taste isn't as strong as I thought it would be. And it tastes more like medicine than I thought. It would taste, better. Kind of, because, like a mint tea. But it tastes all right. But it kind of is medicine, right? So maybe it should taste like it. We sweetened it with maple syrup, so maybe you want to sweeten it to deal with some of that bitterness. I'll say, if I haven't said it yet, I don't think I have, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice, so don't take this even though it tastes like medicine. Keep that in mind. Another thing I'll say, the elder flowers have a laxative effect, or can have a laxative effect, so keep that in mind and maybe take it easy first before you know how you react to it. And I got it in a to-go cup because we got to go. It's Father's Day and we're going for Father's Day dinner. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. Cheers.